Let's do this. Check one. Check one. Check two. Uh-huh. La 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 la. Good morning, everybody. La 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 la. Good morning, America. And everywhere else. What a great time to be alive. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, la la la. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the program. Welcome. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. I think we're up and running. I was having electrical problems this morning. Hold on a second. I don't know what, everything was not working. My clock wasn't working. My stove, my fucking electric stove stopped working. All kinds of shit, all kinds of electrical problems. Good morning, everybody. I'll stop complaining now. And welcome to the show. My name is Marcus Conti, and we're having what I would like to be a discussion on what we saw last night in the big debate. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if we're live. Thank you. Everybody looks to be here. I got a poll up as well. Did Trump win the debate? Yes or no? Because you can only ask a yes or no question in these polls. It's the only way you could set it up. So if Trump didn't win, then I guess it's Kamala Harris won. But definitely vote, and these are real polls. I mean, because you are real people. Everybody to the right of on your screen right is real. Wheel Girl in the house on the wrench. Wheel Girl, what's up? Born Vicarious is here. Good morning. And Church Maximum Chicken and everybody else is lurking. Just thank you for being here. And we're going to talk about this election. So what did I see? I watched the election, the debate last night, and I was looking for evidence of who is better for America. Really, unbiased. I think we all have biases. I think that bias is inescapable, and I think that upon further investigation, I probably lean more towards Trump. For whatever reason, mostly because of the policies. And the policies that are facing America are clear. And they were talked about in this debate. Although I think overall Trump won. Trump was firm. He was solid. Kamala Harris was fishing, very, very smiley, laughy, a lot of nervous energy. Look, it's like this. If bombs were going off right now, right, and there was, a fucking helicopter, right? There was one helicopter, and that was the only way out of the danger zone. Which one of these two characters would you like to lead you out of the mess? Right? That's really the answer right now, because all politicians work for the same people. They all work for the corporate oligarchy. They work for the Fortune 500 companies that run the stock market, that are the stock market. Right? They all work for the same people. But you have to ask yourself, who is the better leader? Right? Leadership. They're criticizing Trump for his strong leadership. Did you ever think you would live long enough in America to hear people criticize strong leadership? I never did. But immigration, right? We have a flood at the border. There's no doubt about that. Millions of people coming in illegally, speculation that they're eating dogs and cats. I'll talk about that in a second. That's not very rare in the world, by the way. People do eat dogs. I wish they would eat some fucking dogs around here, because these dogs are loud. Right? There's a lot of dogs are out of control. Right? Dogs are a pack fucking animal, and when one barks, they all bark. When you kick one, they all get up. Right? So it's not a bad deal to eat them if you like meat. Right? Start with the dog. Right? But many cultures have eaten dog. That's not. But immigration, flood of immigration, abortion. Trump was quite clear that he is not for a national ban on abortion, despite what the Democrats keep saying that he is for a national ban. Trump was very clear on putting the issue of abortion and putting Roe v. Wade finally to rest, and leaving abortion to the states. Right? Let the states decide, right? Which they're doing right now. What else? World War III. Who would you rather have? A separatist like Kamala Harris, who says, "I'm not going to talk to those dictators," or you have the strongman Trump, a male alpha male, able to negotiate, able to listen, able to sit down at the table. Trump shows incredible stamina. Right, for a 77-year-old guy, the guy's like got fucking power up his ass. Right, he never seems to look tired, Trump. So World War III, I would vote for Trump. The economy, it's clearly Kamala Harris's opportunity economy. What the fuck is that? An opportunity economy. We're bringing joy back to the. Right. It's dollars and cents, right? Your dollars don't make sense. The Democrats, they're going to give every new home buyer $25,000 to buy a new home. Who's going to pay for that? Now you say the Democrats are against corporate oligarchy, but who do you think is going to benefit from having $25,000 extra thrown at a mortgage for people who can't even afford it? Right? Because if you could afford it, you wouldn't need $25,000 up front. Right? So the banks are going to Chase Manhattan Bank, Chase, J.P. Morgan Chase, and Wells Fargo, and all those banks are going to profit enormously if something like Kamala Harris says we're going to give $25,000 to every new home buyer. These are pompous, ridiculous, pie in the sky ideas. Just give everybody money. Or the weaponization of the justice system. Trump called out Harris on that. Kamala Harris tried to make a deal, a bit of a spectacle about Trump's being prosecuted, and Trump was very clear that these are political prosecutions, of which was orchestrated by the Democratic Party, a lot in New York, and throughout the country, of these felony rising to the level of felony. So the weaponization of justice was clear. The Green New Deal as well. You could put that right in there with the, deals like giving $25,000 to first-time home buyers, right? The Green New Deal, right? There's no plan, right? So what government does is say, okay, we'll designate this $2 trillion and we'll give it to the companies to research and find out, how the fuck to make solar and wind better. Right? These are pie in the sky ideas, right? The way you make green energy is by making it really good, right? Make nuclear energy where that's not green, but nuclear energy where there's no byproducts that are, around for 10,000, 100,000 years. Or make solar, workable, right? Instead of taking up the whole fucking Arizona desert with solar panels that can't power much. You got to find a better way to do it, or batteries and such. And or wind, make the turbines big. And finally, censorship, right? The issue of, which wasn't even talked about in the debate at all, but Trump has been very vocal about the overt weaponization of government and the censorship of government. He sided with Elon Musk. You saw the Twitter files of how the FBI infiltrated Twitter, Google, Facebook, government forcing people to shut the fuck up about elections. And the Democrats becoming the party of no elections. Right? Soon they won't even have an election. They'll just say, "Oh, we got the candidate, and you better vote for him, or you're bad. You're a bad person." So if all doesn't fail on my end in terms of electronics, we'll continue here. Here's my thumbnail. There they are. There's your choice. This is who is on the menu for you. Donald Trump, who once upon a time was a president and earned it, and then got swindled, should have been retiring by now. Instead, he's running again. And Kamala Harris, who never received a single personal vote for in a primary for this thing and for this round of elections. And Kamala Harris just, I don't know, she wasn't. I call the debate a technical knockout. It wasn't a knockout. Trump didn't knock her out like he did like he did to Biden and others like not Mitt Romney, but the 2016 crowd, Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz. He didn't knock them out, but he certainly. He didn't knock out Kamala Harris like that. But he certainly, in my view, weakened her. Now, if you are lefty radical, and all you see is touchy feely, I don't like Trump. He's too masculine. He's too male, and instead you like this giggly, smiley, empty fucking woman, right? Who claims to be black, who. Is she black? I don't know. Her mother's Indian. Aren't you what your mother is? So it didn't jive with me when I watched it. I watched it and I every time Kamala Harris began to speak, I found myself like lowering the volume, pulling back a little bit, not wanting to look at her face. Right. Now, this is my opinion of it. Why is that? There's a lot of people that feel like that about Trump. And people look at Trump and their head fucking spins. With me, it's a little more subtle. I look at Kamala Harris and I see phony. I see not a leader. Right? I don't see the leadership there, and it makes me want to kind of turn away from it. Right? So we'll talk about this. Here's my website. I'm still here. Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 9 a.m., right here in the great United States of America. We are still standing, entering into this election. Amazing. If you want to contribute, PayPal, Patreon, or Zelle, the great Zelle, you can, if you want to influence this commentator, think about Zelling some cash over my way, right? So let's start here. Taylor Swift, the great Taylor Swift, has the political. See how things are freezing? Hold on a second. I'm frozen. The great Taylor Swift has endorsed Kamala Harris.
This is a big deal. Last night's presidential debate apparently moved the needle with at least one big voter.
Very famous one. Taylor Swift now says she is endorsing Kamala Harris. She posted on Instagram to her nearly 300 million followers saying, quote, "I've done my research."
3 million followers. That's no joke.
"And I've made my choice, and the choice is yours to make."
Her past comments on politics have boosted voter registration, but in this post, in an obvious dig to former President Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, she signed...
I bet I can dance better than Taylor Swift. I really do. I think if Taylor Swift were there and I was there and you said, okay, dance and we're going to pick the winner, I think I could dance better than Taylor Swift and probably sing better if it was my song.
Signed it with love and hope, Taylor Swift. childless cat lady.
Now, that's a good dig right there. Taylor Swift is the childless cat lady. And I bet that that's not her fucking cat either.
Of course, referencing those remarks Vance made.
So Taylor Swift is on board with, what does Megan think?
Taylor and her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, are the epitomes of elite snobs. She doesn't care what happens to these kids, just like he doesn't give a shit what happens to all the young men who take that Pfizer booster he's been pushing. I'm sure he's totally fucking clueless about the myocarditis taking the lives of young men in this country who didn't need the shot to begin with, never mind a booster. Where's
Megyn Kelly seems pissed off that Taylor Swift endorsed Harris. Now, this is fairly interesting too. Right after the debate, Kamala Harris's campaign wants another presidential debate. Now, when that usually happens, that's a sign from internally that we didn't win. Right now, the polls, it seems like the betting polls are leaning towards Harris this morning. Donald Trump's stock is getting rocked right now, down 15%, DJT. That's another indication that the polls are shifting. The betting community is shifting that Harris took the lead. But nonetheless, Kamala Harris' campaign announced that the U.S. vice president was rearing to go for another sparring exercise with rival Donald Trump. Harris' campaign asked if Trump was ready to have a second debate. Trump said he wanted 3. Now all of a sudden Kamala Harris wants another one and has to jump when Trump says so. Now, if you want another debate, do it on Fox. Have Hannity or somebody like Hannity on Fox do the debate. Right? You've already had your rig. Now do it Trump's way. Do it with a live audience, stadium effect, live audience, Hannity, moderator, and you can say whatever you want. Man. So will Kamala Harris agree to those terms instead of having the ABC commentators? Look, a lot of people are saying this morning that the ABC commentators were, it was a 3-on-1 fight, 3-on-1 against Trump, and that the moderators favored Harris. They did a little of the fact checking. They didn't question anything Kamala Harris threw out, like this 2025 nonsense, this Project 2025, which is really just garbage. And Kamala Harris said it from the podium. She accused Trump of this 2025. Trump looked into the camera and told you that I have nothing to do with this. I don't even know what it is. I didn't read it, 900 pages. So Kamala Harris, they're definitely running. They're running. I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to make a point there. The commentators. That's what I wanted to say. Is that the commentators weren't really that heavily favoring Harris. It was slight, and it was clear that they had that Kamala Harris puss on their face, they're definitely left-leaning Democrats, the moderators of last night. All right, and but everybody has an opinion. If you put the debate in front of Hannity is definitely going to have an opinion. All right, so opinions are really, really hard to avoid. Now, if you want to clean that up, just say moderators have no opinion. Don't fucking integrate and interject your opinion. Just ask the question and let the fucking candidates fight it out. The moderators are not the candidate. Right? So when the moderators chirp in and fact check one guy, Trump, and let Kamala Harris, skate away without any pushback, then you have bias, right? The answer to that is not who are you going to fact check. Don't just shut the hell up, right? As a moderator, just ask the question and let the two decide. Let the two fight it out. Right? So, but will we see another debate? I think if that's true, if that's true that Kamala Harris has offered Trump the debate, there will be a second debate in October. That's going to happen because Trump's not going to say no to it. Why would he say no? He's not blowing her out. There is a reason why Trump would say no. If Trump was 15, 20 points ahead, he wouldn't debate because he wouldn't have to. But since it's tight like this, they'll probably most definitely be a second debate. Right? So this issue of dog meat, right? Trump was saying something about immigrants flooding into the country, that they're in states eating cats and dogs. Now, look, I know in this country, in America, that I'm broadcasting from, eating meat is very, very taboo. But I got to tell you, most of the fucking world eating dog meat is taboo. A lot of countries do it, right? China, they fucking eat dogs. Indonesia, Korea, Switzerland, Vietnam, India, right? All over the world. Unfortunately, people eat dogs. They eat everything, right? Humans will eat anything that moves. They'll eat a fucking tarantula. A human will eat a bug. Humans, they'll fucking eat anything, right? Any animal that runs, a squirrel, no problem, right? I remember rednecks, upstate New York, they used to go out, shoot squirrels and eat them. Right? Eating a fucking turtle, a 20-year-old brilliant turtle or an octopus. So people eat all these animals, and I would put a octopus ahead of a fucking dog online. Right? Yeah, chop the dog up before you chop up the octopus. And so the octopus isn't bothering anybody. So whether Trump's statement is true or not, does he have evidence of people eating dog meat in the U.S.? Who cares? What the fuck do I care? It's probably true. Because I imagine dog meat doesn't taste much different than any other fucking meat, like horse or something. So let's listen to some of the spin, and then we'll. I don't really have highlights of the debate queued up. You can watch it on your own. It's an hour and a half.
The biggest win for either candidate tonight, and I do think it was a win for Donald Trump, is clarifying his position on abortion, which has been completely mangled by the Kamala Harris and Biden campaigns and the media, claiming that he would somehow sign a federal abortion ban, which, by the way, he has been consistently against. I thought his opportunity to level directly both with the moderators and with Kamala Harris, to be crystal clear on that position, and then turn it back on her to leave open a question she did not answer and I think will not answer. What her position actually is on month 6, 7, 8, 9, I thought was one of the more brilliant moments in the debate.
Right. Trump challenged Kamala Harris on the issue of abortion in the 7th, 8th, and 9th month, and Kamala Harris changed the topic. Right? Does Kamala Harris support abortions in 7, 8, and 9? I believe she does. They're super pro whatever the woman and doctor say, and the baby has no fucking say in the matter.
The other part that I liked was where he actually captured the essence of it, where it said, we could end this debate right now. You could go sign either a bill or an executive action to close the border. She had nothing to say, and I think those were the two most powerful moments of the night.
Yeah, Vivek, stand by. We've got Tulsi Gabbard, as you can see, with us now. Tulsi, your thoughts, because you look at social media, and a lot of people, even Republicans, thought the former president
Vivek says Trump won.
Took the bait a lot tonight, much more than he should have.
I saw something quite different, Trace. What I saw was President Trump staying very focused on the issues that are most important to the American people.
He did.
Continuously, no matter what kind of lies or baiting attempts Kamala Harris.
So these are these are Trump surrogates now. Tulsi Gabbard and Vivek Ramaswamy. What else do we have here? Some more. J.D. Vance. Let's see what he had to say.
That's exactly right. And also, look, both of them have records. That's what's different about this election, almost any other election in my lifetime. You have two people with a record. Donald Trump is proud of his record. Kamala Harris is running away from her record because her record.
That's very, very true, right?
Is higher grocery.
I'm not Joe Biden. She said it twice last night. I'm not Joe Biden.
prices, homes that are unaffordable, a wide open southern border, rising fentanyl deaths. This is happening because of her failed leadership. And all we need to remind the American people of, and I think Donald Trump did a great job of this tonight, is the reason why these problems happen is because Kamala Harris failed to do her job.
They don't care, though. The American people, again, the American people don't know the things you're talking about. What they know is they see a woman, it's like a charm show, like a fucking like charm school. And oh, here's this woman from out of nowhere. She's the vice president, and isn't she lovely? And what does she stand for? I don't know, but I think I like her.
The thing is,
it's fucked up.
She's 50 days, and prior to tonight, she does one interview, no press conferences. You're out there every day. Yep. Between you and President Trump, you're nearing, 50 combined?
I'm digging here. What did RFK say?
Death of your campaign. They did not want you to get to. Whoa. They didn't want you to get a first base.
That's the other
ballot.
That's the other thing, is that they've abandoned democracy.
Listen to what RFK is saying. The Democrats have abandoned democracy. Is that an exaggeration?
The Democratic Party is now about centralized control. It's about losing faith in the demos, the people.
Yes.
And about abolishing elections,
abolishing elections,
our ability to hear different points of view, to hear
censorship. Yes.
Dissent. In my case, of course, they got rid of the primaries. They literally abolished many of the primaries. So the president,
the Democrats have abolished the fucking primaries.
Biden would.
But in truth, in the United States, if the sitting if there's an incumbent president, they don't primary the president. That's just, classic. But, again, it was predictable that they would pull Biden at the last minute. Well, everybody knew that. I wasn't the only one to call that Biden wouldn't make it to the finish line. And he didn't. And it was a really, amazing switch. And we're still not there yet. Joe Biden, in the last hours of his presidency, can resign, and Kamala Harris can be sworn in as the president, right? Because Joe Biden said so. And now Kamala Harris is the incumbent president days before an election with two hands on the throttles of power, right? And you want to talk about cheating?
Wouldn't have to debate.
That's of course.
Me wouldn't have to run against me.
Let me dip in. I guess Kamala's at one of her watch parties or something. I don't know what she's saying. Let's just dip in for a second.
And let me just say that I think we all know that tonight was
I can't listen to her. So Kamala Harris had a conference, a rally in front of her 100 people that she busted in from somewhere. And instead of going into the spin room and talking to the press, and instead she ran out the back door. Kamala Harris ran out the back door of the debate to go to her own gathering in front of loving, camera-snapping, pay-for-play pedestrians. Can you get into a Kamala Harris rally without credentials? No. I'm gonna try it here. She's coming to fucking Wilkes-Barre, close enough, right where Trump was a few weeks ago. And she's going to have a rally. I'm going to try to go and see if I can get in. Can I get in? Am I allowed in? Are public allowed in to see the great Kamala Harris? I don't think so. Who are you? Do you have credentials? Do you have rights? Do you have privileges?
Tonight that highlights something that you all have been working so hard on. We have folks here who have been knocking on doors. Well,
Ay. So what did Trump think about it?
I had a good time. I think it was our best debate ever. I thought it was really good. We had 3 against 1, but I anticipated.
Let's talk about that. 3 against 1, and all of her radical positions they leave on the table.
Yeah. No, we had a lot of negative kind of stuff. Look, I saw on your show last night, they had 100% positive coverage on ABC. And I had 94% negative coverage.
93% negative.
I exaggerated.
You got an extra percent non-negative. As you were with her tonight, to think that we come out of this debate and we have no answer to her co-sponsoring the Green New Deal, $93 trillion, yeah. I say the end of capitalism, to come out of this, government-run health care and no answer to eliminating private health insurance.
fuck private health care, right? Trump, get on the board. Trump was very clear that Obamacare is a disaster and that something better should come along. Look, in America, if you're not American, if you don't have money, you can sign up for Medicaid and you can be medically covered. You'll never see a medical bill. Right? Socialized medicine for the poor is already here. It's already a reality. For rich people that want more health care than what everybody else gets, they can clearly pay for it. All right? So these policies and this approach to healthcare is already in place. Should you abolish private insurance? I don't think so. But should you make a socialized system of healthcare more available, more out in the open? I think you could do that. I think you can do that. I don't think it should be for people who have marginal economic situations. In other words, you make $20,000 a year and then you get hit with a $5,000 or $10,000 medical bill because you make too much to get the free stuff. So I think there should never be you shouldn't be stuck in debt for medical coverage, and the fact is you're not. So Trump's idea that we'll get something better than Obamacare is actually, correct. It's the evolution of healthcare in America, right? And it is working. People are not dying in the street in America. You don't see people dying in the street who can't, or lying around the hospital because they can't get in. People just walk into an emergency room. If you don't have coverage, they'll give you coverage, and Medicaid will pick it up. Right? That's the fact right now in America. That is the fact.
Insurance.
Well, we brought them all up. Every one of the things that we brought it all up. And I also ended with, why hasn't she done it before? Why didn't she fix, she's there complaining. Why didn't she fix all these things that she's complaining?
Were you really willing to leave the stage and go home if she was going to go fix it in Washington?
No, you know what? I would have left. I would have said, go home and fix it. I'll leave with you, okay? But she's not going to fix it. So she's complaining about all the stuff that's wrong with the country, and they've been there for 3.5 years. And I wanted to save that for my last little summation. I thought that'd be fair. I have to say, CNN, a few weeks ago,
I don't know what else to say.
We have the best policy. She has no policy.
One thing that interested me.
So I'm not gonna. I can't litigate everything that they say. But here's Trump.
Let's now.
Here's the handshake. Let's talk about that, right? So here's the podiums, and both candidates are announced. And watch how Kamala Harris nervously walks over to Trump, who pretty much ignored her, and introduces herself. Hi, I'm Kamala Harris, as if he doesn't know who he is. Watch.
Welcome the candidates to the stage. Vice President Kamala Harris and President Donald Trump.
Watch this.
Kamala Harris. Let's have a good debate.
Nice to see you. Have fun.
Thank you.
Well,
what was that all about? Hi, I'm Kamala Harris. Watch again.
Donald Trump.
Let's watch again. Watch again. What a nervous. Listen to the no crowd. You can hear the footsteps. You can hear them turning up the mics. It looks like a fucking an occult gathering, right? When I see this, look at this. It looks like a laboratory of some sort. Some sort of occult gathering. I don't know why. Like witches. I'm Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Let's have a good debate.
Nice to see you. Have fun.
Thank you.
I don't know what she just said there. What did she say? I don't know what she said, but anyway.
It's an honor to have you both here tonight.
Good evening. We are looking forward to a spirited and thoughtful debate.
So let's get started. I want to begin tonight with the issue that voters repeatedly say is their number one issue, and that is the economy and the cost of living in this country. Vice President Harris, you and President Trump were elected 4 years ago, and your opponent on the stage here tonight often asks his supporters, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? When it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
So I was raised as a middle-class kid, and I am actually the only person on this stage who has a plan that is about lifting up the middle class and working people of America.
That's so ridiculous. She's the only one on the stage who speaks through her nose.
I believe in the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams of the American people. And that is why I imagine and have actually a plan to build what I
And that is why.
call an opportunity
What is she, Shakespeare now? And that is why.
economy. Because here's the thing. We know that we have a shortage of homes and housing, and the cost of housing is too expensive for far too many people. We know that.
So we're going to give everybody $25,000. Who's going to pay for that? How much fucking debt are you going to run up? How much more are the banks going to get? How much more bank are the banks going to make by you throwing 25 grand at every jerk off that shows up at the bank to get a fucking loan for a house, a mortgage, right? Oh yeah, you don't have a job? No, don't worry about it. We'll take the 25 grand. We'll give you the house. And then 2 months later, when they don't pay, they come, JP Morgan Chase comes and takes your house, or takes the house back, and they put that 25 grand in their pocket.
young families need support to raise their children, and I intend on extending a tax cut for those families of $6,000, which is
Tax cut for people who don't even make any fucking money at all. Nobody under 20 grand really pays any tax anyway. I bet you didn't know that. If you make $10,000 and you file for taxes, and it's like nothing, right? Really.
the largest child tax credit that we have given in a long time, so that those young families can afford to buy a crib, buy a car seat, buy clothes
What
for
the
their
fuck are you
children.
talking about? What
12 or 13-year-old survivor of incest being forced to
have, and you can look at the governor of West
I hear
Poll.
you.
The polls say 80 and 80 economy, like I did before.
Oh,
Inflation. Look, we've had a terrible economy because inflation.
I'm going to tell you all on this debate tonight, you're going to hear from the what I described.
They're 3.5 years now under their administration. We are going to take in billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars.
Last year, you said that you were proud to be the most pro-life president.
We'll just watch this one on abortion. Here's Trump telling you about this is the abortion, very, very hot button issue for a lot of people, abortion.
In American history. Then last month, you said that your administration would be great for women and their reproductive rights. In your home state of Florida, you surprised many with regard to your 6-week abortion ban, because you initially had said that it was too short. And you said, quote, I'm going to be voting that we need more than 6 weeks. But then the very next day, you reversed course and said you would vote to support the 6-week ban. Vice President Harris says that women shouldn't trust you on the issue of abortion because you've changed your position so many times. Therefore, why should they trust you?
Well, the reason I'm doing that vote is because the plan is, as you know, the vote is, they have abortion in the 9th month. They even have, and you can look at the governor of West Virginia, the previous governor of West Virginia, not the current governor, who's doing an excellent job, but the governor before. He said,
Look at that face. Look at that face. Look at Kamala Harris's reaction. It's fucking scary.
the baby will be born, and we will decide what to do with the baby. In other words, we'll execute the baby. And that's why I did that.
It's absolutely true.
Because that predominates, because they're radical. The Democrats are radical in that. And her vice presidential pick, which I think was a horrible pick, by the way, for our country, because he is really out of it. But her vice presidential pick says abortion in the 9th month is absolutely fine. He
Shut up. Shut up. Why are you talking while the other man is talking?
also says execution after birth. It's an execution, no longer abortion, because the baby is born.
I don't know if it's true, but Trump wants to drop it back down to the states, this issue of abortion.
Okay, and that's not okay with me, hence the vote. But what I did is something for 52 years they've been trying to get Roe v. Wade into the states. And through the genius and heart and strength
Of the Supreme Court.
6 Supreme Court justices,
Yep.
we were able to do that. Now, I believe in the exceptions for rape, incest, and life of the
All
mother.
right, so there's Trump on the record saying that he's for the exceptions. Now, if you're in the great state of Pennsylvania and you're driving around listening to the radio, you would think that Trump is against, conditions of abortion like rape and incest. Because that's what they keep saying on the radio. They keep saying that Trump wants to take away your right to abortion, even in the case of rape and incest. You just heard him say that absolutely not, right? There's always an exception to these rules. But it is, again, up to the states to decide.
I believe strongly in it. Ronald Reagan did also.
What else can we find out? There's the dog meat comment. I didn't really get it.
President-elect, I'll get it done before even becoming president.
Vice President Harris, he says you hate Israel.
That's absolutely not true. I have my entire career and life supported Israel and the Israeli people. He knows that. He's trying to, again, divide and distract.
Your time is up. Just to clarify in the question, do you believe it's in the U.S. best interests for Ukraine to win this war, yes or no?
I think it's the U.S. best interest to get this war.
They always ask that question. Do you think that it's in the best interest for Ukraine to win the war? What exactly does winning the war mean, right? There's no winning there, right? There is no winning in Ukraine. The war wouldn't have happened if Trump were still in place, I believe.
Finished and just get it done.
All right.
Negotiate a deal, because we have to stop all of these human lives from being destroyed.
I want to take this to Vice President Harris. I want to get your thoughts on support for Ukraine in this moment, but also as Commander-in-Chief, if elected, how would you deal with Vladimir Putin, and would it be any different from what we're seeing from President Biden?
Well, first of all, it's important to remind the former president you're not running against Joe Biden, you're running against me.
As if everybody needs to know that.
I believe the reason that Donald Trump says that this war would be over within 24 hours is because he would just give it up. And that's not who we are.
Ridiculous.
As Americans. Let's understand what happened here. I actually met with Zelensky.
Why was there a Ukraine conflict in the first place? It's because of Joe Biden and his kid taking money, and then the Democrats turned around and vilified Trump and Zelensky. And then once Trump was gone, they elevated Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, to high status, right? And then in that moment of weakness, that's when Putin came in and took Ukraine back. So it's kind of obvious. The Democrats world know this, that the Democrats and Joe Biden created that power vacuum in Ukraine for Putin to step in and take it. And they're going to continue to do things like that all over the world because they don't negotiate. They don't talk to people. They vilify and take a political stance against, rather than humanizing the person like Trump would do. Pick up the phone and talk to them. So that's all we got. How is Ding? We're open, and Trump's stock getting crushed. Oh my God, down 16%. So in my view, these are the odds right here. It looks like it's a down day. Not really. NASDAQ flat, Dow down 400. S&P 500 down 29. Consumer price rise at slowest pace. All right, so consumer prices rise at slowest pace. So there's a report that the Feds are saying that inflation is ticking down slightly. Right? That's why we should be up. Why is the Dow down 400? NASDAQ flat. Trump stock down 16%. Bang, zoom, pow, ouch. What else? Tesla is down. NVIDIA up 2, up 3. Google up. Apple up. Amazon down a little bit. Meta down a little bit. Microsoft down a little bit. I should start putting this. I should put the bank stocks back up. I bet the bank stocks are fucking going high with Kamala Harris. Let's see, JPM. Let's see, JP Morgan this morning. JP Morgan down 2. But I would watch the bank stocks right now. If Kamala Harris should win this thing, I would say that the bank stocks are going to go up because they know they have a weak hand in Washington. And Kamala Harris will surround herself with Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan people and do whatever basically they say to do, right? So if they say, that we're going to give $25,000 to every new home buyer, the banks are going to, Kamala Harris is going to go along with that. And The banks, I don't know how many, $25,000 per fucking buy. There's millions of people. You're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars. Who's going to pick up that bill, right? Who's going to pay for the money that is handed over, not to the people, but to the banks? Because look, if someone needs that 25 grand, they're not going to be likely not going to be able to pay that mortgage. And they're going to lose that house because it was affirmative action. It was handed to them because of these situations. The other thing is, well, we're going to stop price gouging. What the fuck does that mean? Price gouging? You mean if I make bread for a living and I sell my bread for $1, you want to come in and say, oh no, it's bread. You can only charge 50 cents. It's only 50 cents for that bread. You can't charge $1. What are you, price gouging? Where do you draw the line on government officials telling people what the price of things are? Capitalism is it's supply and demand. If people don't want to pay that price, they'll stop paying that price, and the price will come down, or the business will go out of business. It's simple economics that Kamala Harris and the Democrats fail to realize and or understand. They want a centralized, powerful government that is socialism by definition, that gives equally equanimity and equality to all people. That's what they're striving for, as opposed to Trump, who's saying it's a free society, right? And and that's the way it has always been, and that's the way it pretty much should be. So thank you all for joining me. That's really all I got today. I hope that wasn't a ramble. I will say that, the poll, vote, I'll give you another minute to vote in the poll up above if you want to click. Oh, it's over there. The poll, click the poll. Did Donald Trump win the debate, yes or no? So far, 31 votes, 74 people say Trump won, against 26 that say Trump did not win. Right. So 3 out of 4 of the viewers of this show today, and people who reviewed the debate, say that Trump won. What do you know? So thank you all for joining me, and I'll end the poll right there. I'll end it. Is that how you do it? Yeah, poll. That was pretty good, right? Pretty good poll. So that's the results. 74 to 25%. Trump has won the official poll, the official morning report poll. I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and have a good day. Right, I'm going out to run right now. Right? I'm gonna shake off all of this fucking debate stuff. I was up a half an hour past my bedtime last night, and I feel tired right now. But I'm running my big race, 5K this weekend. Right, I've been training and running, and I'm very excited about that. I feel really good. I feel very athletic and very euphoric from the running. It's very good, very, very good exercise for you. I highly recommend it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Marcus Conte reporting. There I am.